Hey, my beautiful friends, it's your friend Kevin. Thanks so much for showing up here. You are all so very welcome, and this is your card of the day. All right, so credit where credit's due. We are using two of Kyle Gray's marvelous Oracle decks this week. The card of the day is Angels and Ancestors with artwork by Lily Moses. And our card of the week is the Divine Masters Oracle deck with images by Jennifer Hawkyard. And so here we go. We have the Divine Director who is working with helping us to trust the process of what's going on and what's happening and create the space for the divine order to unfold. This also means on a physical level, on a human level, on the level of our lives, of the comings and goings of what we're doing, we have to also implement those laws and those rules. My isms for today is I am rich in opportunity. I am rich in experience. I am rich in curiosity. I am rich in choice. And then the world is not broken. I'm perfectly lined up. This is what the Divine Director has for you today. Now, interestingly enough, this is a number 2 day. And the number 2 is about being gentle with ourselves, harmonious, loving, kind. We're also being encouraged to, sort of tap into our vulnerabilities and our sincerity by watching what we're thinking, reaching out for help if we need it. We also have to challenge the perceptions that we've got. And the perceptions could be the stinking feelings, the insecurities, the ideas that somehow things are not always working out for me, blah, 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 blah. It is a question of catching it and watching it. And then knowing that things are going to be okay, just the way they are. Find a loving thought. So focus on love. And then be in that joy. That's what we're here for, to find the joy in things. And then allow ourselves to lead towards contentedness. Now this weekend we've got a full moon coming up in Virgo, which is interesting because it's on the opposite side of where we are in the sun, which is Pisces. So we've got the sun in Pisces and the moon in Virgo. And a full moon actually happens around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 4:30 p.m. Pacific if you're in the US. And around, what would that be? 7:30, about 12:30 at night in Europe, somewhere like that. Anyway, let's get on with our card of the day. Gertrude and Beatrice are here with their messages. And I'm being told just shuffle as many times as you want to shuffle. Oh, Gertrude is saying, yes, when we tell you how many times to shuffle, you get nervous, she says. And when you get nervous, the cards flop all over the place. There you go. I was getting nervous. I don't know why I get nervous when those two are here, and they don't either. They are just mesmerized by this Divine Director. So I'm just going to keep going here. Chit chat. Let's just do one more go through. And I'm just going to take a card straight off the top of this deck. Oh, the Traveler. Look at this. I like this. I like this because, to me, number 2 days, particularly when we are seeing the world and the compass, the number 2 day always reminds me that we are in motion. We're stories in motion. We keep moving forward. We keep going. And the Traveler move in a new direction. It might be time for you to look at whether or not you are being honest with yourself and whether or not there are other opportunities up there for you. Now, this is not the day, in number 2 day, to make rational decisions about traveling. Let me just concentrate a little bit on what the traveller would like for us to know. There may be an opportunity for us to go somewhere, and that might be a short distance. You may find an invitation today to travel somewhere with a friend, or plan a trip that feels more appropriate. Planning a trip and letting go of the idea that you shouldn't go, that it's not the right time, that don't let the limiting beliefs get in the way of you wanting to travel, particularly since the seasons are almost on the eve of changing. Our winter is sort of winding itself down. I know some of the folks in the northern part of the United States, northern part of Europe, are still blustering and blasting with snow and ice and that, but it's not far. I mean, March is one of those months similar to somewhat September, October, where winds of change can happen. This is why I believe that today's energy feels like we have to concentrate on what brings us joy, concentrate on what brings us love, concentrate on what balances out our feeling of being vulnerable, being gentle with ourselves, and confident at the same time. When we're in a feeling of vulnerability, the confidence kind of like flies out the window. So the road that you're traveling on at the moment might be the road that is less traveled by many. And sometimes this road can be a little lonely. But it's highly beneficial for you, for your emotional and your spiritual growth. It's not about covering a distance or going for a long way. It's about evolving. It's about the evolution of who you are. Remember to keep things simple, and remember to lighten your load. This week, as we come up on the full moon of learning about manifestation, it is about letting go of the things that stop you, the weight, the baggage. And I'm saying that's emotional, that's mental, that are people, places, situations, stories, drama, nonsense that are occupying a little too much of your thoughts, occupying a little too much of your feelings, occupying a little too much of you. It sort of leads me to say this is sort of about focusing on that balance. You're being encouraged to see the distance, see the horizon, and recognize that the universe, your guides, your angels, your guardians, all of those that have ascended will support you in going even further once you recognize, I've got to let go of these baggages that are weighing me down. I think that's what this is good for. Beatrice and, let's see, Gertrude, Beatrice, what are you saying? So Gertrude is talking about sorting things through. And Beatrice is saying the list that you've got for manifestation, what you're looking, if you're working with moon work, how are anything on these, how are the items on your list benefiting you? And are they benefiting you? She's saying to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for any eventuality. Meaning you have to bring all of the things you want to manifest and then narrow them down to what's important. Even if they are somewhat trivial and they feel a little off the wall, keep them safe into your heart. The Divine Director is also letting you know that no request, no thing to manifest is too big. So don't short yourself. Don't shorten yourself. There's this other part that Gertrude is talking about. She's being sensible today. We might be swayed by the manipulations of others. It isn't that these others, humans, spirits, are purposefully and deliberately trying to do that. But it's where we get into this number 2 day where we feel that we're on the wrong road, that we're not really doing what we're supposed to do, that our purpose has got twisted and bent. It is, again, focus on love. Be in joy. And have that feeling of contentedness. These are the things that allow us to pull in more of the same and give us the confidence and the courage to just keep going on this journey. I think this is why this traveler is showing up. It's talking about going in a new direction, and that new direction can be lighter, brighter, allowing yourself to be more vulnerable, allowing yourself to, sometimes there's a truth in all of us. Ooh, here goes goosebumps, we know. Sometimes there's a truth that lives in all of us. And our perception of letting that truth out and showing that truth to other people leaves us to wonder what they're going to think, what they're going to say, and how they're going to receive the information. This is the road less traveled. Being brave, allowing yourself to open yourself up to even the perception of criticism and judgment is going to be something that we have to release at the full moon. We have to release the judgment of ourselves, and we have to release the judgment we have on others. We've got to release it to be free from it. And being rich in the opportunities that are coming, rich with the experience of knowing what to do, rich in the curiosity of finding out what will happen when we release these limiting beliefs and these perceptions of judgment, and rich in choice to know that we can choose the best divine, benevolent outcome for the abundance of whatever it is we're looking for. My releasing of things, ideas, is it's linked to not being good enough, but it's also linked to my awkwardness about receiving. I am more comfortable giving of myself wherever I can, more comfortable being generous, more comfortable to expanding the truth, the love, the generosity of time, space, money, finances, whatever I've got is everybody's. Sharing, if you will. I learned it when I was a little lad, that what you have extra, you give to other people. And not to be greedy, not to take more than, that somebody gives you. Don't ask for more. Don't take more. Remember that somebody else has less. Take whatever you need and then give whatever's over to other people. The challenge I have is receiving it from others, is receiving these gifts, is receiving this abundance. In our business groups, we talk about the monk and the marketer. And I know in previous lifetimes I've lived a monastic life, been a monk, been part of monasteries. I've also been a priest several times. This is where I met and worked with the Order of Melchizedek. And in this life, I've chosen not to do that kind of work, although I seem to be sliding back into it in a way. But I'm also struggling with abundance, financial abundance. My entire life I've struggled with finances. And that's where, I'm talking about vulnerability and knowing that this world should be about love, and it should be about generosity, and it should be about humanity, and it should be about everybody being seen, including the marginalized. I know we're on that road. We're on a road where things are being evened out, but it's a bumpy road. There's potholes. Those who have a lot, and I'm talking about money, finances, affluence, are fearful of losing it. And those who are feeling they don't have much are fearful of losing what little they do have. So you see, there's a lot of fear. And I think this fear is where the vulnerability is and where the sensitivity is. And I feel like today, in this number 2 day, look at the Divine Director. Allow the Divine Director to lead us where we need to be. But also use the ism that the world is not broken. You're perfectly lined up. So get in touch with these feelings that you've got and work towards the full moon to manifest what you want. And I think that's all I've got. And they're saying, yes, perfect, got this going on. Listen, I love you. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing, clicking that bell button so you get the new alerts every day. Until tomorrow, bye for now. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.